Today's episode is brought to you by Gray Block Pizza. Gray Block Pizza, 1811 Pico Boulevard on the way to the beach in Los Angeles. Gray Block, get that hitter, baby. Oh, man. You know, I was a unreasonable child. If you'd have seen me when I was a child, I was unreasonable. You know, I'd wear a tank top sometimes in the winter. And then I'd just yell at people about how cold I was. I'm cold. And people were like, well, you got a tank top on. And I'd be like, eat my ass, buddy. So I was that kind of kid, you know, the kind of kid that, you know, I'd wear like a little rain jacket or something in the re-K or whatever it was, pre-K or re-K. Dude, I was in all the Ks. I was in pre-K, K, re-K, 3K. I was in I think at one point I thought it was Ku Klux Klan, but it was just continual kindergarten, and they spell continual with a K. But I was in there, man, and I'd wear, you know, sometime a slicker, like a rain slicker, you know, like that. Really, what really should be called the 11th wonder of the world, and that rain slicker. Because it's amazing how the whole force of nature, rain, can be stopped by just one layer of slicker plastic. But I would wear that bastard, bro. I'd wear that bright yellow bastard right in the dead of summer at school. And I'd be complaining in the classroom. It's hot as hell in here, Miss Lewis. And they'd be like, you got a slicker on, boy. You better get that. It ain't even raining. You got a slicker on. And I'd be like, eat my ass, guys. I'm doing my best. So I think I was probably just an unreasonable child. Put on the show. Nobody will go. It was me. Every night you sleep. That is Every Night by Jameson Flood. That's a music man. And he sent that in a long time ago, whenever when the pod first kicked out. When this pod first just was that first just kind of flowed into the verse, bro. Into that uni. I want to tell you I got some new tour dates back onto the books. 10/4, October 4th in Bethlehem, PA. At the Wind Creek Event Center. That is back on. 10/5 now. That's a Saturday. I will be in Pittsburgh at a theater there. I don't have the name, but the tickets are all on the website theovon.com/tour. Cleveland is back on. That's October 8th. The 9th is Indianapolis. The 10th is Grand Rapids. The 11th is Detroit, Michigan. The 12th is Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and the 13th is Madison, Wisconsin. And those are just one show a night. So I'm making some adjustments to get a little more calm. To get a little bit more calm in my water. You know, some of the water inside of me, sometimes it's just been damn drastic. Like these hurricanes coming in. They have a new hurricane, I think, Yolberto or something. This thing, who knows? I don't know. I will say this, if they're going to build a wall, let's build it over there in Florida and stop these, because some of these canes are coming in illegally. I will say that. A lot of canes rolling into this bastard on the IL, bro. And the short for illegal. I got information here too, man. I'm not going to do the film in Atlanta. So I got there, did the training, everything was cool. And the part was just for the amount of time commitment and for the sacrifice of shows and of other stuff I have going on here. Once I saw the part, it just wasn't for me. It was too much on the scale of, oh, you can't be there for 8 to 10 weeks for this role. So the role just didn't fit. I thought about it and talked with, people I trust and friends and people who have more experience than I do for a few days and got that, communication. I got straight communication with others, and that was that. And then I just made that choice. I talked to the director, talked to Chris Pratt about it, and that was that. And that was my decision. There was no ill will. There was no bad vibes. It was just, at some point I just had to trust my instincts. It was just like, oh, for me right now, this role, and I didn't get to see the script before I went. So there wasn't the opportunity for me to see what my part was going to be. And I think there was a little bit of miscommunication. But I don't think it was anybody's fault. And that was that. I'm thankful that I was able to decommit without causing any problems. And I'm grateful that I even, was considered and that I even had the opportunity to do it. I think there's some parts about it that I'll miss out on doing. But it was just the time commitment for the stuff, for the role, for what the role ended up being for me it just didn't work for me. It didn't work for me. And some people will be like, well, you got to take it. It's a movie. But, I have a lot. I already have enough kind of responsibilities going on. And that was it. That was just a choice. I had to trust my instincts. I had to trust my instincts, and that was it. So I'm bummed, man. I had visions in my head of eating hot dogs and stuff with Christopher Pratt and doing, maybe, having a second hot dog or sitting and chatting. Conversations going well. We're talking about baseball or something, or having a couple peanuts or something. And I had, visions like that in my head. Us doing something, maybe going to throwing coins in a wishing well or something and just hoping for the best. Or, maybe I had visions of us maybe, driving in like a Jeep or something. But nothing wild or anything, nothing sexual or anything like that. I just had, fun ideas in my head, or maybe us, doing, nothing crazy, but just looking for, maybe looking at art or something, somewhere. Or, or maybe throwing those circus peanuts, those beautiful little, orange, soft, hard hitters, throwing those into each other's mouths and stuff from kind of close range, but then getting further and further apart, until it got too dark out to see them and throw them back and forth and catch them in your mouths. But, that's that. And I know that, like, if I get to be in a film or something, it's not going to be, it isn't my movie, but I do want to be able to be in a role where I feel like I can at least do some stuff that that my personality maybe works well in. And this wasn't anybody's fault. It was just kind of, I just had to trust my instincts and stuff once I was able to, read the part and look at it. And I still think Christopher Pratt's probably one of the top, 15 or maybe, I don't know, 18 or even probably, I don't know. I bet he'd be on God's fantasy team though. And so, that's all good. And communication there was upfront communication and hopefully there'll maybe be some other opportunities. We'll see, but that, I just had to kind of trust my instincts. And and if I sound down right now, well, it's because Drew Brees got hurt, man. He got hurt. And you could just, and it's so funny. I was watching the game and the New Orleans Saints and the Los Angeles Rams, who most people have not even heard of that team, but they were going at it. And it was exciting right in the beginning. And then Drew Brees got hurt. And it was so funny. I would have rather watched when the camera would cut to him. You got to see somebody, here he is, he's 40 years old. And the injury looks kind of like it could be bad. He couldn't even pick up a football. And it just, he couldn't even grip that freaking pig, that little, deceased brown pig. Isn't it crazy that a football is a pig? That it used to be a pig and now it's just, they cut off the head and tied off the ends of it and put those white, try to kind of give it some white stitches or something by the liver. And now they're throwing it around, man. I mean, this, we think we're so far removed from, what is it called? Not the Ice Age or something, but bestiality? No. We think we're so far removed from, I don't know what it's called, Neolithic, the old days. Let's agree with that. We think we're so far removed from the old days, but then here you see, a bunch of guys throwing around that, that little ripped up swine chunk. And you're like, damn, we are a little bit stuck in the past, But what was I talking about? But Drew Brees got hurt. And at some point I was not enjoying, but there was more, every time the camera cut to him, man, it was just so much, it was more entertaining than the game. Because I was watching this man who had, this was a man who had the world on his back. And who you could tell how determined he was and how focused he was. In every game, you can tell it. Like he's playing the game, but he's also playing this bigger game. Like what he's doing right now always seems like just a move in a grander scheme of his life. And he's able to do both at the same time. It always seems like. And you were just seeing him. Just how limited he was by the moment. You could see him and he couldn't, and how limited he was by his vessel, by his own body. He couldn't grip that hand. He couldn't close that hand up. And he couldn't grip a football and he couldn't express himself. When you started to just see a man that was limited by, it's like even whatever that desire, that fire inside of us, that want, where it's all limited a little bit by the reality, by the actuality of what's going on, by circumstance. And man, that was a much greater game to me, was just seeing the look in his eyes, the mental game that was going on inside of him, trying to hold his composure and trying to almost in the moment find out who he was when suddenly he was It's when suddenly the path he had been on came to an abrupt, like there was no more path for it. Just came to like a cul-de-sac. And you were trying, he had just so much energy, so many people behind him, so many Saints fans. You saw him winning a championship again. You saw him, you already had these visions of him like hugging his kids again under the, whatever that is, the little paper rain. Fuck, man, my brain is stalled out, dude. What is my brain, a Datsun? This shit is... Shit needs oil. But you saw him stalled out. The confetti. You saw, and you just saw, and suddenly everything stopped, man. All of it just, and you saw him trying to find out or that's what I saw. I saw a man struggling to know who he was at this moment when the world had taken, a different turn. When the reality that whatever we want always isn't what's going to happen. Or that things aren't going to work out perfectly, or that when reality strikes, and it broke your heart as a fan. It broke your heart as a human, I feel like, to see someone with so much capability and so many people who look up to him or look at him as a figure of direction, an example. And suddenly you see him come almost, even though he didn't put himself into the atmosphere, you see him, And I did. I put him up in the atmosphere. I put him up. You see him come back down to earth, and it's I don't know. It was hectic, man. That was a hectic moment. We got look today. I know that we've had a couple of guys recently that have called in the young fellow who had the surprise baby. Dude, we're going to check in with those people. We're going to give them that ring-a-ling and see what's cracking over there in their hood. Especially that surprise baby, boy. Like, that's what I'm saying. Who is it? What's going on here? Knock, knock, who's there? And then, ta-da, gestation. They got that baby, that hitter, that zygote. That's got to be crazy. If you think, so we're going to find out how that all went down, because that fella just didn't know they were having a baby. And we will get into a call also. I'm going to give a call over to the big dog himself, Mr. Drippy Mitts, and that boy had that water hand, and he had that unique water hand. And so we're going to get into some of that and just see what's going on. We had a call that came in, and I'll get to that in just a second. I want to let you, I just want to let you know we got to pay the bill. You know it. The hiring process can be slow. And you know that if you're trying to hire somebody and they come by the house and I remember sometime they park in your yard. You're not getting a job if you parked on my fucking azaleas, bruh. You out. I remember one time my mom was hiring somebody to do something in the house, fix the cabinet had fallen down, because my brother and I put a little bit of fire in it, actually. And this fella, fucking him and his buddy, camped out in our yard for like a week and a half and never did the work either. So, pieces of shit. But anyway, hiring can be a slow process. Well, Cafe Altura's COO, Dylan Mishkowitz, needed to hire a director of coffee for his organic coffee company, but he was having trouble finding qualified applicants. So he switched to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter. It doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. What are you looking for? Your AirPods? Nope, a candidate. Its technology identifies people with the right experience and invites them to apply to your job, so you get qualified candidates fast. Dylan posted his job on ZipRecruiter and said he was impressed by how quickly he had great candidates apply. And that's how Dylan found his new director of coffee in just a few days. With results like that, it's no wonder 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See why ZipRecruiter is effective for businesses of all sizes. Try ZipRecruiter for free at our web address, ZipRecruiter.com/TPW. That's ZipRecruiter.com/TPW. ZipRecruiter.com/TPW. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. We got some great calls that came in, and let's do it. This is the last ad, and then we're going to get it through this. This episode also, look, if you need to find somebody to work for you, you got ZipRecruiter, okay? If you need a skill to take to an employer, you got Skillshare. Skillshare, boy, think about something you could do. Learn how to make a nice mole, or mole, or whatever, you know what I'm talking about, the sauce you never order at the Mexican place because you don't know how to say it. And some people risk thinking it's actual mole. People are like, damn, I'm not eating mole. I have a little cut of owl, but I ain't having any mole, boy. No mole for me. Skillshare is an online learning community for creators with more than 25,000 classes in design, business, and more. You'll discover so many ways to fuel your curiosity and your creativity. And if you want to give yourself a new career, you could have classes. They have all type of learning classes in social media, mobile photography, creative writing, even illustration. All the things you wanted to do, you could do it now. First, you need the skill. Hey, what's up? You got the skill? Nope. Well, you can. Graphic design? Try Graphic Design Basics, Core Principles for Visual Design, one of the popular courses. Join the millions of students already learning on Skillshare today and support the podcast. Get 2 months of Skillshare for free. That's right, Skillshare is offering this past weekend listeners 2 months of unlimited access to over 25,000 classes for free. To sign up, go to Skillshare.com/Theo Von. Again, go to Skillshare.com/Theo Von to start your 2 months now. That's Skillshare.com/Theo Von. Yeah, we have some calls that have come in, and we got a lot, and I listened to all of them this weekend. And thank you. A lot of them, some of them's real dirty. One guy doing body gas into the, receiver. One guy tickling somebody in his truck. Dude, actually, you know what? Thank you for that one. That was actually probably one of the better ones. But a lot of great calls that came in, and so we will, and let's get into a couple of those right now. As always, the hotline is 985-664-9503, and then I'm going to make a few calls of my own to some of the recent calls that have come in, and get some follow up. Let's get into this one, gang.
Hey, Theo Von. This is Zachary calling from Cincinnati.
What's up, Zachary? And a friend of mine, actually over there in Cincinnati, he had a couple milkshakes one time, and this was late at night. And they had two sisters out there. This one lady, this urban, this beautiful urban lady named, I think Vasectomy, I think was her name actually. A exotic dancer, Vasectomy Harper. And anyway, she and this other lady were fist fighting one night in Cincinnati. And he went over there to make a video of him, and his pants fell down because he was kind of chubby. And, and I guess that doesn't matter that he was chubby. His pants, first of all, they were shorts. So they weren't pants, and he just dressed like shit. This man, Gary, was his name. And so anyway, his pants hit the floor, and he was video recording the ladies, and Vasectomy and this other lady really came over and beat his ass, and he tried to keep the milkshakes without spilling them the whole time while he was getting beaten. And that should be a damn Olympic sport. Just riding leche. If you got two, handfuls of, the beautiful little sweet leche liquids, and you got a couple of sisters, a couple of wild ladies beating that ass, and you got to see, try and keep as much shake as you can in the cup. And maybe it could be called cup that shake, and you got to keep as much as you can, and they can only beat you for like a certain amount of time. But anyway, thank you for calling. Onward.
And I was just trying to see if you had any advice on getting over your first love, honestly. I was 18 when I first met this girl, and now I'm 20, and she was my first everything. first girlfriend, first love. We had gotten a dog together and everything. I thought we were in it for the long run, you know. And she finally broke up with me. And
oh, you got that dog together? This is something that's going on these days. This is something that is going on, a relationship animal. And you got to shut it down. If it's a real type of animal. If it's a fish, dude, or you and your girl, you know, y'all split a cricket or something, you know, where y'all go halfsies on a little oyster, you know, or a lizard, bro, that's fine. But once you go and get a puppy or something that can really look at you and maybe remember a little bit of shit, you know, a strong mouse or whatever, you're creating havoc within the NK, brother, the nature kingdom. Because you got a joint animal. Now you got the animal, she's got the animal, y'all split up. What is the animal? Now he's doing what? Now he's all scared. He starts wetting the bed at night. You know, he hears y'all arguing in the kitchen and shit. You know, he starts eating alone at school. You know, he starts going home with other animals that he's not even really interested in. You know, he starts hiding under the bed. He sees y'all going y'all separate ways. You know, it's just, if you get a relationship animal, it's dangerous. You know, now you got an American water spaniel or whatever. He thinks it's his fault. You know, he doesn't, you know, he quits, he's staying up late at night and reading scary novels. You know, a relationship animal, it's not that you can't put that kind of pressure on an animal. If you don't know you're married to the person or whatever, bring your own animals into a relationship. You don't get an animal once you're together. Now all that, it's too much on that animal's back. You know, now you got, you know, next thing you know, you got a raccoon out there, he's vaping by the recycling bin because he can't handle his emotions, because he doesn't know, you know, who still cares about him. You know, sure, your little parakeet's getting 2 Christmases now, but I think the risks of it outweigh the reward. Yeah, and these relationship animals, the two owners, they start fighting and they start both of them are giving the animal a treat. Oh, here, I got a treat for you. You love me. You love Danny, don't you? And then, oh, I got a treat for you. You love Sandra. And then the animal doesn't know what to do. It's just treat it out. Now it's all hopped up on treats. It's gained 30, 40 pounds. And next thing you know, it's down there at the damn methadone clinic. So it's just, don't get a relationship animal. That's really all that place is going to be, is just a cul-de-sac where you and your partner just drive by and just throw y'all's fucking problems out into the street. That's all that relationship animal is. So if you're going to get an animal for yourself. Don't get this little halfway house, you know, living creature that both you guys are just using passively, aggressively towards one another. Don't get, because all you're really getting is just a little passive aggressive pet where you guys are just sending it this way and sending it that way. You know, just a little Paul Revere or whatever. Yeah, next thing you know, it's lashing out. You know, it's at the parakeet park or whatever, or the dog park. You know, it's biting other things. It's fucking stealing fruit or something over by the Vons, or by the it's stealing fruit over there by the Winn-Dixie. It's just, you don't do it. You know, it's just, you're better than that. You are better than that. And this animal deserves better. And it'll start thinking if it's his fault. You know, you'll see sometimes some of these, you know, these animals, these relationship animals, and they're out there. You'll see them over there. I see them off of the 101 at night sometimes, you know, kicking a can down the side of the interstate, you know, just, I don't know. I think there's just better ways to go about it. That's what I would say. But anyway, I'm really rambling. Onward.
She's going back and sleeping with her ex and can't even think of another girl.
Well, now you could do this, dude. If she's sleeping with her ex, you could put a little listening device, a little LD, on that animal. So suddenly that little bastard has a purpose in the world again. Because he's probably feeling like nobody cares about him right now. But anyway, man, let me quit thinking about that aspect of this and try and listen to more what's going on with you, brother. Onward.
And I just don't know what to do, man. It's just hard to get over someone when they're your first, you know. Just really confused on what to do. So if you had any advice, it'd be really, really appreciated.
Yeah, thanks for the call, man. The suggestion, I was talking about this last week a little, that first love, that's that hot hose hit. It's like drinking off that hose in the summer. That house hose, that outdoor water spout. And it hurts, man. Because that's the crazy thing about a heart. A heart, really, it's like a hand, bro. That shit feels, And your heart just gets so used to just feeling somebody. It's almost like they're in there. And then when they're gone, it's like, man, there's this piece of your heart that you just, it's not, you can't feel them in there anymore. That hurts. The saddest thing is time. A lot of it's just going to be time. And one joy in it, or one thing that's positive, is that at least you have that. At least you care. At least you know that you can care about others. You can love others. You got that ability to, you got those, what is it called? Those pulmonary capabilities. Because if you're the person who your girlfriend leaves, you don't give a damn. You just start doing construction or whatever, and people start going missing in your town, then that's different. Then you're violent. You're a dark angel. But that's not you, man. You're somebody that has some feelings, and I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry you're going through that, because it sucks. My first girlfriend, I put these motherly qualities on her. And so when she left me, or when we left me, we were children, dude. I mean, Jesus Christ. It's not like, both of us, if we actually wanted to leave somewhere, we had to have our parents pick us up. But when we when we went our separate ways, I even remember I was saying, you can't leave me, you are my mom. That's what I remember telling her. That's crazy. That's how bent out I was emotionally. Because I had just attached all these feelings that I'd never had a place to really attach them that much. I had attached them to this girl. And time helps, man. And don't do anything drastic. Don't do anything crazy. Don't hide on her porch or anything like that. And don't be out there, by the garbage and looking for shit, or, just bypass all of that. Sometimes you got to stand on the sidelines and still look like a man, even though things have changed. Just like Drew Brees, man, the day the Druzik died, the day the Druzik died. That's an old song. Nobody even knows that shit. Whatever, dude. But I'm sorry, bro. Tighten up, dude. G up. Don't start masturbating and doing all that. Don't look to pornography. Hold the line. You can do it. Go get a Drew Brees jersey and get back out there, bucko. Because I think you got this. But don't put all this pressure on that animal. Don't be over there, trying to ask the animal, beating on the aquarium, asking what it heard, was she having guys over? And the animal, he's just like, boop, 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 boop. So just don't, whatever kind of animal y'all got, a snake or something, don't fucking write dirty messages on the side of the snake and let it loose on her side of the apartment or whatever. The world ends tonight. She sees that, sees y'all's pet run by or something with a little sign on its back. If you got a little, Australian Shepherd or whatever, just be a man. There's a way to be a man and go through this, man. Or write a country song. Listen to country, dog. Get some plug tobacco and drive out into the distance and fucking cry into a stranger's ditch, bro. If you want to know what I really did. And that's what I did, man. Dude, I remember I would be out there. I was working on a farm over there outside of Natchez, Mississippi. And I would get a big plug of tobacco until my whole face burned. And I had an abnatural reaction. So my face would turn real red when I would do plug tobacco. And goddamn, I looked like my shit was so fucking red. I looked like a newborn. I looked like a damn tall newborn with some overalls on. And yeah, I would just do so much fucking tobacco, and sometimes I would swallow it. I was so angry that me and this girl had broken up. I would swallow a big chunk of it and just vomit off the back of that tractor. So, but you can do it, man. You keep your head up, bruh. I promise you, man. You're going to have, there's going to be other opportunities for other love around the corner, man. And different types of love. You're going to love other people differently. But that first suck off that nectarine, bro, that first, God dang, boy, especially if you're young, bro. When you can be sober and have sex, too, when you're young, bro. Sober sex is for children. And I've always said that, dude. If you see two sober adults fucking, bro, that shit is... You might want to throw $3 or $4 in the church basket after that, because it's just something, it's an awkward, that's a tough deal. That's a par 30 right there, brother. All right, what do we got here? Actually, this call came in, man. Let me throw this in your ear right here. Here we go.
Hey, what up, Theo? This is Brett from California. I'm just calling in because I'm hyped, man. I just went out on a date, I guess you could say, with a girl that I went to high school with. I'm like 26 now, so things are a bit different. But, man, this is one of those girls I always looked at, saw pictures on the internet or whatever, and would just be like, way out of my league.
Yeah. Oh, man, I remember one time there was this girl, Nicole was her name. And, dude, she liked me one time, I found out. And I got high and I ate some mushrooms and actually jumped over a fence at a party right when she gave me her number and ripped my hand open, I had to go to the emergency room. But after that, I kind of settled down and I asked her to a dance, and she went with me. And afterwards, bruh, we're at my buddy's apartment, or his house, his parents' house. And he lived down in a lower portion of their house. They had a lower portion. And he lived there. And I was down there with her, and she let me, and she had on a skirt, dude. And I got up right up, she was sitting on a pool table. And that's not like a water table. It's not like it's like a pool table, for the game pool with the stick and the balls. I'm not thinking of the game of, it's not like a pool, like a swimming pool. Yeah, it's not like that. It's not like a small pool you could eat off of. It's like a game. And they had it indoors, and she's sitting on there, dude, and she had on these, she had on panties, bro, unders, And, dude, and when you're young, bro, you get your hands up near a girl's legs, bro, everything. My neck was turning in circles, bro. My tongue kept just flopping back and forth over my mouth like a fish on the dock. Because I was just so nervous, dude. And I got too nervous to make the move on her. And I always regretted that. Because I've hooked up with some real, I've hooked up with some decent looking ladies and some real, kind of chicks you might meet by the interstate. And, but damn, I always regretted that. My God. And she had these hips, boy, like these kind of brown, kind of like beige, kind of looked like somebody had just kind of cooked her legs in butter a little bit. Just beautiful skin tone. God damn, she had those buttery, just fucking hitters, boy. And I still think about her sometimes, man. I still sometimes close my eyes and just want to just bite the ass cheeks off that little beautiful falcon, bro. Onward.
She is way too out of my league. But I don't know, man. I just shot my shot and took her out today and had the best time ever.
Gang.
And now I'm feeling like I should go for it again. But at the same time, I'm a bit pensive because I'm intimidated, I guess, by her attractiveness. And at the same time, I don't know, we get along really well. So I guess I'm tripping. I don't know, man. Just calling to see what you think about it. I'm not trying to brag. I'm just trying to get a little input on how I should approach it from here on out.
Gang, bro. I like your attitude, man. It doesn't sound like you're trying to brag. So I like that you have that awareness, though, to try and think about that. That's a nice gift. Some people don't have that. I think a lot of it, some of it's going to be out of your control. You can only control what you can control. So how she behaves, there's nothing you could really do to affect that. Especially if you're trying to be on the up and up. If you're not trying to trick her or something. So a problem I did, I can only relate in the ways that errors that I made. I put a woman on a pedestal. I put her way up here on cloud 60 or whatever. And I should have had her on cloud 3 or whatever by me. So then that way on cloud 3, I can communicate with her like just like a peer, instead of communicating her with her like this, thing where I had built her up so much in my head that I was afraid to even talk to her. So I would just put her on a level where you can communicate with her, keep her there. And I would be honest, but I would just kind of just take it easy. Slow and steady wins the race always. Because what if she's not ready right now today, but then you're laying the groundwork for later? You just don't want to burn the bridge. You don't want to burn the bridge while there's before somebody puts bacon on it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I would just take it easy, man. If you're not sure if you should do something, don't do it. Talk with a buddy. But take it easy, man. And then, next time you take her out, do something fun, do something exciting, do something, that's kind of cool. And be confident about whatever you're going to do. And if she brushes you off or something, then that's okay. And if she doesn't, then that's okay too. Either way, you're good. We had some calls that came in, man. I want to buzz a couple of these, because just the baby, we got Cam, we got Will, we got we had the magical baby, some guy, his wife. Well, let's start right there. We had this fella. Let's listen to a little bit of the call that came in, because his wife had a child and they didn't know about it.
I don't know if you ever heard a surprise baby story, but the day after the 4th of July, we had a baby boy, and we had no idea that was coming. She took some tests back in November, all came back not pregnant. She was having her cycle. 4th of July, she thought she was constipated all day long. I was driving around, going to go to a pool party, listening to King and the Sting. And, she said she thought she was constipated, didn't feel good, so we were going to go to the ER together. And she ended up going home, going to sleep. So I was just waiting to get that call. She wanted to go, but I never got a call. Went by, her apartment car was gone. Called the hospital, said they were she was getting transported there, and came by. Her dad was outside waiting for me, saying I was going to be a daddy.
I remember one time I was all fucked up. I ordered a pizza and didn't know. Right? I forgot. So a little bit later, this person shows up and they're pissed, dude, because they've been knocking at the door for like 30 minutes, bruh. So this motherfucker broke a bunch of plant pots on my porch. And I mean, I got the pizza, but it was horrible, bro. It was stupid. But anyway, sometimes maybe you'll get an errant pizza. You get that surprise pie. But rarely do you get a human that drops into your life that you got to care about forever unexpectedly. So let's check in with Mike right here.
Hello.
Big Mike.
Hey, what's up, man?
What's up, man? This is Theo Vaughn, dude. How are you today?
Hey, good. How you doing?
I'm doing good. What'd you think? It was another baby calling?
Nah, not that. Hopefully not.
Wouldn't that be crazy, bro?
That would be crazy, man. I don't really know what I would expect after that. I was scared it was going to be twins, I'll tell you.
Dude, that's so wild, man. How was, tell me about the baby. I want to know, because you guys had that surprise baby. You guys weren't expecting it, right?
Nah, we weren't expecting him at all, man. I didn't know he was coming until about 3 hours before he was born.
Wow.
I mean, he's about twice the size he was born now. He has 2 month shots. A couple of days ago, he's almost 12 pounds, and he came out about 6 pounds. He was tiny, man. He could, fit under my forearm. He was probably, a week premature.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, she only weighed
like my wife only weighs, well, she was my girlfriend at the time, but she only weighs about like 130, 125 pounds. Like she's not a big girl, man.
Mm-hmm.
So she only gained about maybe 8-9 pounds with the baby. So I just thought, man, she was just getting a belly. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, dude. Winter's coming. Y'all are getting to know you kind of know each other by now. So.
So I mean, I asked my brother and my dad. I was like, how do I tell my girlfriend, like, you know, she's getting a bit of a belly on, and they were just like, you don't say anything. So I didn't say nothing. I would sneak in little hints like, hey, like I'm going to the gym tonight. Like you wanna come run the elliptical with me or something?
Damn.
Like, or hey, like.
And that's your child the whole time. That's the. She's
yeah,
getting,
no, it's my child. I mean,
she's getting jacked with your son. Man. Yeah.
No, exactly. Like, I mean, a week before he was born, we were in Asheville, and we went on a 3-mile hike in the mountains.
What?
And yeah.
Dang, this almost sounds biblical
like
now, baby. You getting out there into the hills,
exactly,
dude.
Man. I was just glad he wasn't born at that time.
And you didn't know you didn't know?
We had no idea, man. I mean, her stomach was hard, you know, but like and we'd be cuddling at night and stuff, and I'd have my hand around her. I mean, nothing ever kicked. I mean, she was getting her period every month still. Like, she took a couple tests back in November, and they all came back like not pregnant. She would get sick every now and then. And man, we'd go to we'd go out, you know, like I'm 24, she's 23.
Yeah, so you guys went out to the bars and everything, huh?
Yeah, we would go out to like the bars.
Hey, man, dude, I want to meet this baby, bro. This baby likes to fucking go ham, son. I like it.
He's done some shit.
She's only 130 pounds? Because I honestly, bro, I think everybody thought she was fat.
No, man, because like even
because how do you get a sneaky baby? You know what I'm saying? Look, we all got fat, man. I got my ass has too big. You know, I have huge ass, but yeah, I can't believe. I mean, that's whatever, you know. In everybody's mind, you think of a larger lady, not knowing that they got that baby in them.
No, exactly, man. She's not a big girl. She's a tiny woman.
How do you hide a baby in a tiny woman, dude? This is almost like you know, Siegfried and Roy or something.
Nah, yeah, she has something called endometriosis.
Mm-hmm.
And what the doctors think is she would bleed sometimes, and they think that he was hiding
in the fallopian tube.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he was like hiding under a cyst or something in her stomach, so that's why like her stomach didn't grow out really.
Bro, he's a real sneak, this little MFer, huh?
No, he is, man. He is, and they had about 12, 15 nurses in the birthing room with us because they didn't know what was going to happen, man. Nobody knew what was going to happen. I mean, all they could tell us was that he has a heartbeat. I didn't even know he was a boy until he came out.
Wow.
I was just that whole 2 hours, man. I'll be honest with you, I was just freaking out on how he would come out, like healthy wise.
Yeah, I bet. I can only imagine. At that point, you're like, Jesus. So you went from not even knowing you were having a baby to by that night you were a father?
Yes, sir. He was born at 1 in the morning on July 5th, so he was almost a 4th of July baby, but he weighed about an hour.
Damn, man. Jeepers, dude. Yeah, it sounds like he was getting caught up into something. He's hiding out on his mom. He's showing up right at, after midnight on the 4th of July. It sounds like he's really looking for trouble.
No, exactly. Exactly. That's how.
And what's his name now? Did you guys give him a name, or what is it?
Yeah, his name is Monroe Emerson Vahue. He's named after he's actually not really named after anybody, man. We have a little tradition in my family with guys. We do an M for the first name, E for the middle name. And like an hour before he was born, we were just writing down ideas on a whiteboard, and some of the nurses were helping us out. We just crossed off the ones that she liked, and the next day when the little pregnancy brain was gone, we just kind of picked the one she liked, and that's the one she liked the most.
Wow. Monroe. So y'all didn't have a like a crib or anything at home for him?
Bro, we had nothing, bro. We had
bro, Jesus
nothing.
Christ.
We didn't even have a car seat to leave with, man. They made us go. We had to get a car seat because he was a premature baby.
Yeah,
So
premature nation, bro. Shout out to all the prematures too, dude. Those people don't get any respect, man. Gang, Nick said.
Exactly. So they had to do a car seat test. They had to take him for a couple hours, ride around a car with him, make sure his heart rate wouldn't go up or anything in the car.
Damn, that's like when you go ride with the police or whatever and see them get people.
Exactly.
So he's just wading into the world, and how's he doing now?
He's doing good, man. He's completely healthy. He's got a big ass head. He's got in that high percentile head, got a little chubby, but I mean, he was small, man, but like they say, he's perfectly healthy now.
Amen.
He got all his shots a couple of days ago. He's up to speed and all that. And, we're just kind of hanging out right now until I'm in construction. It's like I'm trying to build our own little starter home right now. So I'm trying to do something like that. And we're just kind of living in between places, but
yeah,
dude. Pretty good.
Well, I'd see what your wife. I mean, I just wonder what your wife's next big reveal. You know?
Yeah, hopefully nothing wild, man. I don't know. She needs to calm down with us for a little while.
Dude, you might want to get her a breathalyzer or something. You know, see if she's if she's gonna have another one, or not breathalyzer, but what's that thing where they hook you up and see if you're telling the truth?
A polygram?
Yeah, get her that polygram, dude. You know what I'm saying, bro?
No, yeah, I need to get her one of those.
Bro,
man.
you weren't like laying there? You weren't ever laying there and felt the baby kick or anything?
He never kicked at all, man. I mean, we hang out every single day, man.
Damn, is he a mime, bro? This just sounds so wild.
I don't know, man. And then I have pictures. Like, we went to this gala in Wilmington for this big festival thing back the beginning of May. So at this point, she was probably like 7 months, and we have pictures like of her and me, and I mean, you just can't even tell, man. I have a lot of pictures. I mean, I got that picture the night before we went hiking. We were out in Asheville, and she had this tight little dress on. I mean, her boobies were looking real big, but I mean, I just thought that I was, I was gonna have a good night. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think that they were just bigger than usual.
Them tits, yeah. And what about, were y'all doing drugs or anything like that? Because that seems like it'd be wild.
I mean, I guess I can kind of talk about this now, I guess, because like we were truthful to the social workers and everybody at what we were doing during the pregnancy, because we had no idea. But I mean, yeah, we did drugs. I mean, the week before we were in the mountains, we did a little stuff.
Hell yeah, boy! I'll fucking do something if I had it, bro. But I can't do it. But I want some.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, boy?
Man, and ever since, I haven't done any since, man.
I want to fucking get some, bro, but I can't. But whatever, dog. We ain't thinking about that, dog. But damn, bro, that's what I'm saying. You guys might have that new way to do birthing that, just kind of let it do its thing. You do your thing, and then y'all meet up when it's time, for the baby to show out in the world.
Exactly, man. I think it all worked out in its own, because we weren't really together when we conceived him. I mean, we were talking and stuff like that, and I felt like we knew that she was pregnant. We probably would have had to force ourselves to be together and everything.
Wow.
I think it all just kind of worked itself out in a way. And then, I mean, a couple of weeks after he was conceived, I was in a pretty bad car accident. Crushed up truck. And then, I mean, I didn't know why I was still walking around, but I guess that, I mean, he, 8 months later, I kind of figured out why I was walking around. You know what I mean?
Amen, bro. Yeah, that's cool, dude. Damn, and so it sounds like, you sound like you're in good spirits now, so things are kind of cruising along pretty good?
Yeah, man, it's cruising along pretty good. It kind of gives me like a self-urgency kind of thing. It makes me get going a little more at work, trying to get stuff done.
I like that.
Even if I'm having a bad day, I know I'm going to come home to him, and kind of gets me going a little bit.
That's exciting, huh?
It is exciting, man. It's just like it's a family that I didn't expect to get so soon, but I got it, and I'm happy, man.
Wow. That's crazy, man. Wow, bro. What a crazy story, man.
I know. It's pretty wild, man. Her uncle, he's in filming and stuff, and we went up to Ohio the other weekend, and he did this little
production video stuff with us, and he's trying to send it into the TLC right now when he gets it all edited out for that TV show. And
oh, interesting. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess there's people having surprise children out there.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, man. Like, if I was watching that show before, I would think these people are lying. Man. How do you not know? How do you not know that your wife or whatever is pregnant? But man, it's people don't bullshit, man. I mean, it's the real stuff, I guess.
And bitches be hiding shit, man. Let's be honest, dude. You know what I'm saying? Bro, I saw a chart the other day. It says 6 out of 11 bitches be keeping secrets. So, I mean, you know, it could happen. In hindsight, is there any warning signs you would give to fathers who may not realize they're about to be a father, something that they can look like? Looking back, is there any way a guy could tell maybe that his wife is pregnant, maybe anything he should look out for?
I don't know, man. It's hard. I mean, I guess if she, like, because she would get sick sometimes. If you see your girlfriend or your wife sporadically throwing up randomly, have it in the back of your mind, because, I mean, she would never even have food urges, man. Like, wow. I think that whole thing is a myth, too. Like, if someone thinks that they're pregnant, they feel like they can eat just whatever they want, because there was never a time where she would be like, hey, let's go get this to eat, or hey, let's go get this to eat. It was just a regular eating schedule. I mean, she was even on a keto diet, bro. Like, there were days where she wouldn't eat till 3 or 4 in the fucking afternoon.
Dude, this baby sounds amazing, bro. Drugs, keto. This baby could probably pledge a frat, bro. You know?
Probably. He get in.
Yeah. Dude, that's amazing, man. Monroe, brother.
Yeah, it's wild, man.
That's
a wild
amazing.
Story.
Well, dude, is it cool if we check in every now and then on this baby, dude? Because this thing, I don't know what he might do next, you know?
No, exactly. That's what we got to kick out of when you said he'd be a secret agent, man, because that's exactly what he would probably be, just not even making noise, come up behind somebody and crack their neck.
Yeah, I'm saying, bro. I'm like, is he a mime? How do you stay still for 9 months, bro? You know?
Yeah, I know, man. He's definitely not quiet now, man. That little fucker can cry, I tell you. Like, once he got out, he let us know he was around.
Wow, man. Well, look, this is an exciting story because for me, it reminds me that there's possibility in the world and that anything can kind of happen, and that, you know, that just that thing, you know, just that things can occur. Sometimes we get so stagnant thinking that nothing, you know, there might not be any magic left in the world, but it's definitely, it sounds about as almost mystical as you could get.
It is, man, because, I mean, with her, like, endometriosis and some stuff and her family genes, I mean, she didn't think that she'd be having really any kids anytime soon. And then my history, man, I mean, I got a bad history with, like, drugs and shit like that. So, I mean, I didn't really think I could produce like that, you know what I mean? And I guess I mean, she was on that strong ass birth control, man.
Damn,
they shoot in your arm, and
Jesus,
I mean,
bro,
swimmer's dog, because I don't know, man. I mean, so that's why, I mean, it is.
That's like the shit they got at the zoo, bro. That's that strong strand, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn, boy. Well, dang, dude, you guys are really. I can't wait to see what y'all do next, man.
Man, I mean, y'all can call whenever you want, man. I've always got my phone on me if y'all want to know something. Okay,
we will, man. We'll check in with the baby. Will you send Nick a picture so we have just a image we can put up of Monroe?
Yeah, man, I can. We actually did like these little family portrait things at my mom's last week. I mean, I can send a picture of him or like all of us, whatever y'all want.
Yeah, that'd be cool, man. Is your mother excited about having a grandchild?
Oh yeah, man. It's her. It's her first grandchild. So, you know, she's all over the place.
Cool, man. Well, it sounds like you guys almost got force-fed, kind of like a new beginning in a weird way.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, I hope you make the most of it, man, and congratulations on your son.
All right, I appreciate it, man. Thanks for calling.
Yeah, you bet, bro. We'll talk to you soon, man, and tell that secret agent I said to keep it low-key, you know?
Oh, yeah, exactly. I got you.
All right, take care, brother.
All right, man. You guys too. Talk to you later.
Peace. Wow. I mean, I've waited for, you know, I've had things show up I didn't expect. You know, we got all that plastic wrap come at one time, but man, imagine you tickling your girlfriend and then you got a child. I mean, imagine just anything. Y'all go, you have a couple of ham steaks or whatever, and then bam, you got a child. Or anything. You watching a movie, an hour later, you got a fucking child, bro. I mean, it never stops. They got that magic baby out there. So, possibility. There's always something around the corner. Sometimes you just got to hold the line and get there. And to the gentleman that called before him, there just could be something great that's right around the corner. But even if whatever's right around the corner even if it's not perfect, or it's not the best, or what you've been wishing for, praying for, there's going to be something else. There's going to be someone else. There's going to be another opportunity. I think it's only opportunity that's right around the bend usually. If you're keeping your head up and your eyes forward and your heart open, I think it's only opportunity that's around the corner for you. So I think that we got somebody's finding, right there, a guy, a woman he thought it's out of his league, and suddenly they're playing, they playing T-ball together. There you go. All right, I want to make a call right now to Cam, and you guys remember his call was this.
I got a problem with these sweaty hands, man. My dad had problems with it, tells me not to worry about it, but comes a problem on dates, man, and
Oh, you got them sweaty hands, huh? You got them leaky mitts, baby. Tell me more.
Just wondering some advice that maybe you could give a young guy. Sweaty hands, trying to figure out this world, man. So.
Oh, you got that drip shake, huh? I can only imagine, man. You try to shake somebody's hand, and you and your daddy probably can't even handshake because it's just like two fists trying to hug, and they can't. And it's like, All right, and I want to make a call to my boy Cam now. Your boy had that drool hand Luke, really, and I wanted to check in with him because a lot of great suggestions came in for him from different listeners. You guys remember Cam? He and his father both had the same situation where they get extra water on their hands. So they could, definitely a liability probably if you maybe playing certain board games or things like that. But also a uniquity. That's a uniquity when you have a special... I mean, shit, if God comes looking for an actual Aquaman, then they're going to be right there at the front of the line, where my dry ass is going to be back there at the back. But let's put a buzz into him right now.
Hello?
Big Cam.
What's up, man?
What's up, Playboy? It's Theo.
How you doing, bro?
I'm doing okay, man. I'm getting through, me, dude. I've always got something wrong with me.
Dude, always, man. But it's good to hear because everybody else has something wrong with them, man. So it's okay, man.
Thank you, bro. I think I needed to hear that today, man. And I appreciate you calling in, too, about the hyperhidrosis, man. You got those drippy mitts, dude. I want to know more about it.
Yeah, man. I've actually done a lot better since I saw that shit, man. So I showed it to my dad. He thought it was fucking hilarious, man. So I appreciate that.
Good.
And I had a few people at work tell me to get like a shirt that said drippy mitts on it. And
Dang.
I was like, I don't know, bro.
Yeah, I don't know if you need that. I don't even know if that was the best nickname either, man. So
Nah, dude, but it was pretty fucking funny, man. Like, I really appreciate you even having me on, man, Shit.
Yeah, well, it's interesting, dude, because I was thinking whenever you were talking about that, I was thinking about it a couple of days after, and I was like, because I've always thought, my hands look like my mother's hands. So I always thought I had woman's hands. So I remember
woman's hands, yeah, man.
So when I was young, I would tell if I held a girl's hand, I would always remember, I've forgotten about this. I would say, I would say I'm not a woman. I would always tell a girl that if I held her hand or something and I'm sure they were thinking like, well, what in the hell is this guy talking about? But
yeah, dude, you might as well just not even say anything, bro. Yeah. Jesus, man.
Yeah, dude.
I thought I had it bad. Good God.
Yeah, definitely might as well not even say anything. But unfortunately, I said some stuff. But yeah, I think everybody has just like something that they feel like uncomfortable about. But I guess with your hands, it would be because that's like the first thing you reach out to somebody with sometimes.
Well, yeah, man. I was talking to a dude today. Got a good first impression. We were talking about some shit. And then he goes to shake my hand, dap me up or whatever. And I had to wipe my hand off real quick. He didn't fucking care, man. Like, what the fuck? So, I mean, some people care about it. And, like, when they do care, it's like, whatever, bro. Like, fuck off.
Well, it's funny because it makes me think because sometimes somebody will shake my hand and their hand will be, if it's cold and wet, then that's when I guess I could get a little bit alarmed maybe. Because I'm like, is this person like a living? Are they going to live long or is what's going to happen?
Yeah.
But if it's just kind of damp, usually I think, oh, maybe they're just kind of nervous. Is it is it nerves that kick-started or what? Do you notice?
Yeah, man. I mean, I have pretty bad anxiety problems, or I think I do. Mm-hmm. But like everybody else says they don't notice it, and like I'm fine. But like shit, I guess it's all in my head. Like you were talking about, like getting out of your head just the other day, and like I mean, it's just all in my fucking head, man. So like the more I think about it, the worse it gets. So like if I'm thinking about, oh man, like gotta get my hands dry, so I can put my hand on this girl's shoulder or whatever. It's like, well, man, you keep fucking thinking about it, so it's not gonna happen, man. Like, so it's just like an ongoing game in your head, And then once I get working out, man, it's like, fuck, it's gone because I'm working out and like I'm thinking about like the other task at hand instead of my fucking hand sweating. So
yeah, man, I feel you with my hair. I start to think my hair's losing out, and then I start looking at it all the time. Then I start losing.
Bro, you got fucking killer hair, man. Okay, well, don't let anybody tell you different.
I appreciate it, man. Thanks, dude. Yeah, but yeah, it's crazy how we just get so stuck in our heads, man.
Is, man.
What were some of the things? I know some people suggested Botox, and people suggested that iontoderma.
Okay, so I actually looked into the iontoderma, and I'm actually probably going to invest in that eventually.
Mm-hmm.
But I went to the doctor, and he gave me like two solutions. He said I could put like this little rub on my hands that like makes them stay dry,
mm-hmm.
or I could take this little cap or this little pill. Like, say I were to go out, it's supposed to like dry me out a little bit, So like, say like I had a date, and then like I could take that before. I've tried it. Like, it works pretty well. Like, it's trying. Like, I can feel it literally, like, sucking the damn. Like, moisture out of me, man. Like, my fucking mouth gets all dry and shit. I'm just like, fuck. But, like, I don't know if that'd be more of a problem or what.
Yeah.
I mean, it works, dude. So, hey.
That could be more of a problem, dude. You might be that dry daddy,
Yeah, man. Be careful what you wish for,
I know. It's so true, bro. So, what did the iontoderma, what is it?
Dude, I don't even fucking know. Like, I looked into it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like some sort of like electrical shit. I don't know how there can be electrical shit in water. I mean, I don't fucking know without killing yourself. So maybe you're just killing like something inside of you, man, and it just like makes your hands stop. I don't fucking know, dude.
It's dark arts, bro. It sounds like.
Yeah, man. It sounds like very dark arts, and it sounds like you'd have to be like past 10 o'clock at night for you to be able to do it at least.
Yeah.
So it seems a little sketchy, man. I don't know about all that. I definitely ain't getting no fucking Botox.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a freak, man. I'll start leaking from my face. Like, you're going to sweat from other places if you prevent that. So, like, I don't want to start sweating fucking from some crazy place on my body that you normally don't sweat from, and then you really got a problem. So, like,
yeah, that's true, man. You don't. Man. Yeah, that'd be crazy if you just started kind of like just dripping off your earlobes all the time or something.
Yeah, dude. Or like, say you had like a fucking mustache or something, and it's like dripping off your mustache and shit. I mean, I'm too young to even be able to grow my facial hair or my facial hair out yet, but I mean,
yeah,
it could be a problem, man. So,
Cam, dude, I love your attitude, man. Thanks for the good words, and And yeah, man, I just appreciate you, like, just kind of even just like making me think about what that's like. So if I shake somebody's hand and their hand's a little damp, like in the future, at least I know, hey man, maybe they have this, and then I can discuss it with them, you know?
Yeah, man, just feel for them, you know? Like, you say you don't like your nose, man. Well, like, what if you had that fucking nose on your hand or something? I don't know. Like,
yeah.
Like, so, yeah, I mean.
Yeah, what if every time I just.
Everybody's got that thing, man.
Yeah, everybody's got that thing, man. It's true, bro. And it's funny because the thing is, I bet if we traded it and had somebody else's, I wonder if we would be like relieved or if we would be like, fuck, man, I want my old thing back.
Shit, man, I wish we could, man. I could get your nose for a fucking day. You can take my sweaty hands, man. See how it works.
Oh, dude, I would moonwalk on my hands. That's the first thing I would fucking do.
What the fuck?
Yeah, bro, you could easily do that.
Oh, shit. I mean, I guess. If you know how to do a handstand long enough.
Well, dude, thanks for calling in, dude. And, we'll be in touch, man. We'll reach out and say hey sometime.
Hell yeah, bro. It's good to talk to you, man. I'm definitely going to come to a fucking show soon.
Yeah,
so,
where do you live at?
Charlotte. So
oh, nice,
I live in North Carolina, so, like.
So, yeah, maybe before, if you hear that I'm coming, man, reach out or something, and we'll get you some tickets, dude.
Hell yeah, dude. Me and my dad will come through. And
oh, yeah, that would be great.
You can shake the droopy mitts, man.
Fuck yeah, boy. Let's double down, dude.
Hell yeah.
Let's double down. All right, bro. Have a good day, man. I'll talk to you soon.
Great to talk to you, man. Love it. You take it easy, man.
All right, you too, Cam Gang, bro.
Peace.
Man, you got to love that. You got to love his energy right there. Let's take a call that came in right here. Onward.
Hey, Theo. This is Chris from Wisconsin.
What's up, Chris from WI? And Green Bay really had that showing out. They showed out yesterday. Onward.
I just wanted to call and let you know that your podcast has really helped out quite a bit, man. About 2 years ago, my wife went through a hemorrhage after we had our baby girl, and
oh man, sorry to hear that, brother. Thanks for sharing that. More?
It's pretty serious. He could pass away after that. So anyway.
Oh yeah, it's serious, man. I mean, hell, dude, other guys, girl, they're out there doing drugs or something, and the baby's not trying to get out. So that's really, you know, if you're doing drugs and a baby's trying to get out of your body, that's almost like a damn episode of CSI SUV or whatever. But onward.
Sent my mind in a spiral, and she had to get taken away by ambulance and stuff, and I thought that, man, I'm going to have to raise these two kids solo and be without my wife, my partner, my love, everything.
Wow. Yeah, sorry to have joked around, man. That's a real deal right there. I can't imagine that. You know, that your lady rolling off there in that little hope wagon. That's all the ambulance is, bro. And that you're not sure what your future is going to look like, you know? All these things flashing through your head. Onward.
Sent my mind going, man, and I went into a pretty messed up place for actually about 2 years, and it was right around when I started listening to your podcast, man, and I just wanted to let you know, just hearing, you know, it might not be the same thing, but, you know, other people are going through stuff too, and yourself and all that, and yeah, man, it just, you know, just kind of listening, and it helped a lot, and happy to say, like, 2 years after that, my head is great, my family's great, my wife's great. You know, I hope you're taking care of yourself, man, but your podcast has done a lot to help, dude. I appreciate it, and we look forward to you coming back to Milwaukee. Gang, gang.
Gang, gang, man. Thanks for that call. Yeah, I will be. I'll be in Milwaukee soon. Yeah, man, it's so crazy how it will change. It all changes. It's going to happen. So if somebody's broken your heart, or if somebody's done this, or if somebody's done that, you know, or if you fell in love, or you fell out of love, or you fell into a job, or you decided not to take a job like me, you know, if you don't know if you're making the right choice or not making the right choice, whatever you're feeling right now is going to change. If it's bad, it's going to change. And even if it's good, it's going to change. You know, I get sometimes hooked on, I think, I have such a short-term memory emotionally. So that's why I make a lot of the same mistakes sometimes, because my emotions, they just don't remember what's just occurred. And so I got short-term memory, and that's why I'm like, oh, well, how did I find myself here again? It's because I just, I don't know. It just, it forgets. Your feelings forget. But then maybe that's one of the beautiful things about them too, man. If your feelings remembered all the hurt all the time, oh, I mean, sometimes they remember enough of it, but if that's all they remembered, that would just be, we really wouldn't be a very unique creature, man. We really wouldn't be a special creature. Yeah, and we relate. Man, we forget how much we can relate to one another, don't we? We forget that. Yeah, man, when I saw just everybody's got something. Everybody's going through something. And that's where we're the same. That's where we're the same, and through each other we can find, a little bit of opportunity to feel better. I think a lot of times if we're not feeling good, but we get through it, we keep going onward. We keep going onward. That's it. You get up and you dust your feet off or your legs off or something if you got dust on your legs or whatever, wherever you got dust. And we live to fight another day. We live to fight another day, whether we're fighting with our heart or with our head or with our hands. We live to learn another day. When we brush ourselves off and we put ourselves back out there in the store window. Because somebody might see us, or we might see somebody. We might be able to be an inspiration for someone, or somebody might be able to be an inspiration for us. We stay in there. We stay in the mosh pit. We stay in the mosh pit, man, and we keep going onward, bro. That's what it is. So, anyway, what else is going on with me? I don't know. I just appreciate all the calls, man. A lot of really just people calling in with what's going on, and a lot of people being really real about what's happening in our lives. And it makes me feel connected to people, man. It really does. It makes me feel a little more human than when I sat down in this chair today. I mean, anything's possible. Anything's possible. You could start turning into Aquaman. You could have a kid pop out of a chick and just say it's yours. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Anything is possible. There's a lot of unique things. There's a lot of opportunity. You got to get up. You got to do it. I'm going to do it, man. I'm going to keep going, bro. Anyway, sorry if this got a little down and dour. I don't know. But whatever, bro. I'm also not sorry, dude. I don't even know who I am sometimes, but I'm going to fucking keep trying to figure it out, boy. Let's take a song right here, man. Let's get us out of here. And we got it. We got it. You guys be good to yourselves, man. You deserve it, brother and sisters. Gang, gang. Here's Bishop Gunn, Anything You Want. Anything you want, man.
Every night looking so right, dressed so tight, sell it, make 'em pay.
get some more types of music, huh?
On your wrist, checking that list, looking to assist with another man's fantasy. So you take another toke, louder to a coat, do it till you're broke to escape reality. I can hear you saying, that's why the hold you got on me. Don't make me spend all night alone. If you just give me what I need, you can have anything you want.
Thank you guys for your support, man. It means a lot.
Had a dream of the big screen all dolled up where the bright lights shine.
Just doing my best, man. We're doing our best, you know.
21 years wiping black tears, getting ready for the next in line. Cheap motels and long clock bells, quick farewells. It goes on and on and on. Not to mention you crave attention and it comes easy, but for how long? But you keep saying,
That's why the hold you got on me. Don't make me spend all night alone.
if you just
Give me what I need.
you can have anything you
Want. You guys take care of yourselves, man. Gang.